Let's get right into it. What I've got here is a wheel with various factions from different universes in media. I'm going to pick 6 random factions. The first 3, they're trying to kill me. They're looking for me, doing all they can to take me out. The second 3, they're doing all they can to protect me. I'm their VIP. I'm the key to the universe in this scenario for whatever reason. Let's spin and see who the first 3 are that are hunting me down. I hope it's a couple of weak factions. The Separatists from Star Wars. Not too worried about it. Now, it is unlimited drones, unlimited firepower, maybe a couple of Sith Lords, General Grievous, stuff like that. In space, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You know, energy shields on their ships, drones that can fly around through space and do all various sorts of bullshit to everybody's spacecraft. But let's see who the second faction is that's going to be helping them hunt me down. It is going to be a blank space, so we have to respin. I'm doing all of this live. I'm not going to edit that out. Just going to respin because I want my reactions to be genuine and real. Here we go. No. Oh my gosh. And the Flood is the second faction hunting me down. Depending on the scenario, it's over with. The Flood is probably the strongest faction on this list. There is 1 or 2 factions on here that could turn this around, maybe. But the Flood, it doesn't take much, dude. 1 or 2 infection forms, a couple of spores, you breathe it in, you're infected. It spreads rapidly. They form a grave mine, coordinate, it's over with. And do not be fooled by the games. Most of the Flood forms are missing from the games. There are various Flood forms that are not in the games, but they're in the lore, and I've read all the books. Let's see who the third faction is. So the third faction hunting me down is Super Earth. They've got the Hell Divers. They've got the 500 kg bombs and all of that. They can call in, oh man, mechs, all that stuff. Okay, this is going to be tough. So we've got Separatists, we've got the Flood, and we've got Super Earth hunting me down, tracking me down to get rid of me. Let's see who is defending me, who is coming to save me. There's a couple of factions on here that can turn this around. So far, I don't think I've got a very strong chance. Okay, the Banished, one of my favorite factions in Halo. Awesome. One of the only things 343 did right was create the Banished. Now, we can put them up against the Flood first. They have experience fighting the Flood. They can hold the Flood back. Will they defeat the Flood? I don't know. Atriox, his battle IQ, pretty high. His experience, he's very good in a fight. He might be able to coordinate a defense against the Flood. It just depends on the scenario, really. Let's see who the second faction is that is defending me. There's 2 on here that I want really bad. Yes! Okay. Space Marines. Now, I know this is not how it works in Warhammer, but what this is all Space Marines, every chapter coming together to help me. I am pretty confident in the Space Marines holding the Flood off. I'm pretty confident. I don't know that they can eliminate the Flood completely, but I do think they have a very high chance of holding them off. The Flood's not gonna. They will keep the Flood contained to one area, wherever they're fighting at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do eliminate the Flood completely. I don't even know if an infection form would be able to get into the armor of a Space Marine. If the Space Marine has their helmets on, would they breathe in spores? I don't think so. So this might be, I might live. This has turned around for me. Man, Space Marines are so fast and strong. They're faster and stronger than Spartans. No doubt about it. But if a Space Marine does get infected and become a combat form for the Flood, oh my God. And if a Grave Mine gets a hold to one of the Space Marines and gets the knowledge and stuff, it's going to be wild. Yes, okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say with the Banished, with the Space Marine chapters, all of them, and with the Tyranids on my side, I think we're taking this home. So what do we have on the enemy side? We got the Separatists from Star Wars, we got the Flood, and we got Super Earth. they're not putting up a fight against these three factions. Not even counting the Space Marines. The Tyranids alone would put up a really, really strong fight against the Flood because they consume all biomass. They tear through worlds like it's nothing. They consume galaxies and move on to the next galaxy. They're similar to the Flood in that way. All right, so we've got our 6 random factions chosen, and what we're going to do now is spin the wheel to see what type of environment this battle is taking place on. It's not a galaxy-wide war right now. I'm on one planet, and they either have to extract me, mission success, or they have to come in and kill me, mission success for the enemy. Let's see what kind of planet I'm chilling on. I hope it is a tropical planet with nice beaches and palm trees where I can drink a few beers on the beach during the war. And it is an ice planet, frozen, low visibility. Won't be any beaches or margaritas or anything like that. All right, so we've got our 6 random factions taking place in the battle. We've got our environment where the battle's taking place. Here's what I'm thinking for the rules. Each faction is sending a mid-size invasion force to the planet. They both have to get to the planet, so there will be a space battle above planet. Then they have to get to the planet where I am. The enemy has to find me and take me out. They cannot take out the entire planet. That's cheating. They have to take only me out. The protectors have to get onto the planet, find me, and extract me, or they can wipe out the enemy factions, whichever they do first. So the Flood, they're not dumb zombies, but this is a mid-size invasion force type of deal. They don't have a grave mine, so they have some coordination. Maybe they stole some Covenant ships or some Banished ships or some UNSC ships from some other planet or installation, and they're flying them to this planet. The Separatists, mid-size invasion force. Space Marines, the Tyranids, Helldivers, all that. It's all mid-size. Just a few capital ships, few dreadnoughts, few drop ships, plenty of fighters, vehicles. But everybody's got everything they need. It's just not the entire navy or army of each faction. So what's going on, I think, is the Separatists, they're going to dominate orbit. Right up above the planet, they're going to dominate. I think my best answer on my side is going to be the Space Marines to help try to eliminate some of those Separatist ships, to try to break a path through so the Tyranids can come in and so the Banished can come in. Now, the Banished can help out a little bit in space too, but I'm thinking the Space Marines are going to be the best answer to that, especially if they can get close enough to board those ships. Also, though, the Helldivers, man, if they get some of their ships orbiting in planet, in atmosphere, or even a little bit above, those stratagems, they're going to come in like crazy. They're just going to keep raining fire down. They're going to be just taking out ground soldiers left and right because it's just going to keep do. And then you got Helldivers just landing all over the planet, similar to ODSTs. But the Banished, on the ground, I think the Banished are dominating. The Banished are dominating the Helldivers. The Banished are dominating the droids. Droids stand no chance on the ground against the Banished. I'm sorry. Scarabs, wraiths, ghosts, banshees flying around. The droids stand no chance against the Banished, man. Brutes and elites. It's going to be a one-sided battle if it's just them two, right? And then you got the Tyranids coming down. But the Tyranids, they're going to have to take care of the Flood. The Tyranids, I think, are my best answer to the Flood. Now, the Banished do have experience fighting the Flood, so they can take care of them too. If we get some Space Marines on the ground, the Space Marines will have no issue tearing through the Flood. I don't even know if the Flood would be able to get into the armor of a Space Marine to infect the Space Marine, right? But if a couple of Space Marines do get infected by the Flood and they turn them on us, that could be bad as well. That could be horrible. I think that if I can have the Space Marines taking care of the Separatists above, and if they can take care of some of these Helldiver ships too, to end some of these stratagems, I believe we have a very high chance of winning because the Tyranids, they could tear through the Flood. I think with it being just a mid-size Flood force, the Tyranids stand a really good chance against the Flood. Now, the Flood can infect the Tyranids, right? So the Flood is still the biggest factor in this battle, I think, because the Flood, if the Flood start winning, if the Flood start infecting, and it starts spreading, the battle can turn really ugly really quick. So I need my Space Marines to finish in orbit pretty quickly and send all they can send to the ground so that I can put them on the Flood as well to help out the Tyranids, while the Banished, they're going to be busy fighting the Helldivers and the droids, which I don't think the Banished are going to have any issue doing. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comments. Do I survive or do I perish? What are the chances? What are the chances I live and die? I think the chances that I live, they're very high, right? On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm thinking I'm at an 8 because I have the Tyranids, the Space Marines, and the Banished. That is one hell of a navy and a ground force. Also, what else should I add to the list? There are so many factions that I'm missing, man. I could add so much more to the list. I can add some Destiny factions, some Mass Effect. This was fun. I want to do some more of this. And maybe as I get better at this, I go into more detail and I get better. We do better factions. I can turn this, I can do random video game characters, whatever. Just let me know what y'all think I should put on the list.